Alright, welcome back to another turn of Operation Tirpitz. This is going to be turn 17, July 1944, for the German faction. Before we get into it, one minor bit of housekeeping. Deathless couldn't find Réunion, where Sepscullion has declared his French capital. That is next to Madagascar, a tiny little island in I-2. So that is going to be the new French capital after the Italian conquering of Cameroon. Okay. Alright. So let's get straight into it. I've rolled the tech off screen using the Dice Maiden bot once again. I got a hit of 9 on large ship construction, and LRA, amphibious doctrine, and advanced artillery all missed. Alright, let's get into the buys. Hold on, gotta scroll down to my page on Google Docs. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so the buys I have are 2 Tigers for 14 IPPs. Okay. Eight infantry for 24. Four militia. Two infantry upgrades. Well, militia upgrades, two infantry. A full repair on the Parisian factory, which is 3 damage done to it. And the remaining 36 IPPs are all going into 6 coastal artillery. Okay. That clears the bank, and then we can move on to combat moves. This can be a relatively intense set. First, I'm going to declare strategic bombing. Both medium bombers in North Caucasia are flying to Moscow, and strategic bombing the airfield in Moscow. At the same time, one of the strategic bombers from eastern Germany is flying to Leningrad and bombing the airfield there. Alright. So next, we'll work on the blitzing attacks. From Latvia, all of the mobile units there, that's 2 Tigers, 1 Heavy Armor, and 1 SS Panzer, are attacking northern Belarusia and blitzing into western Russia, if possible. Joining that attack in northern Belarusia is 1 infantry and 1 artillery from southern Belarusia. 1 more infantry from southern Belarusia is attacking Smolensk. And the last infantry in southern Belarusia is not participating in any combats this turn. Joining the northern Belarusian blitz into western Russia, the fighter from Lithuania is flying 1, 2, 3 into western Russia. From Oral-Kursk, the tactical bomber and fighter are flying 2 into western Russia. 3 mechanized infantry and 2 SS Panzers from Oral-Kursk are leaving the stat and also joining the attack on western Russia. Through the Kaluga Oblast, of course. Okay. The 3 airborne from Oral-Kursk are boarding the transport plane and 2 strategic bombers, and airborne assaulting Yaroslavl, however you pronounce that. Okay. And also from Oral-Kursk, 3 motor infantry, 3 AAA, and 1 cavalry are just running through the Kaluga Oblast and into Moscow, and they will suffer the river penalty associated with doing that. The rest of the stack of the 84th Army in Oral-Kursk is blitzing, if possible, through Tula-Lipetsk into Moscow. Joining that assault from Stalingrad, the mountain infantry is attacking Tula-Lipetsk, and the medium tank is blitzing through Tula-Lipetsk into Moscow with the rest of the 84th. So I'm going to put him in the stack with the 84th because he's doing exactly the same movement this turn. Okay, from Saratov, the airborne is attacking Gorky, and from Orenburg, the medium tank is attacking Ural and blitzing through Ural into Gorky. And that should be all of my combats. I forget. Azerbaijan is attacking northern Iran, and that's the only combat in the Middle East. I think that's every unit dedicated that can be. So let's get into it. I did forget, the other Eastern German strategic bomber is picking up an airborne. And it's flying 1, 2, 3. Let me see, make sure I have a flight path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have more room to land. 6, 7. Okay, yeah. It's going to assault Western Russia with the airborne. Okay, so let's do the free combats first, so I don't forget them. I have a habit of forgetting them. Smolensk is captured for free. Ural is captured for free. And I believe northern Iran is captured for free, and that's all. So that is a 2 IPC swing for the Germans and from the Soviets associated with those free conquerings. Okay, so let's work on the strategic bombings first, so that there's no scrambling possible. I have spoken with Spitfire. He has chosen for his fighters, in Moscow in particular, to participate in the interception of the strategic bombing of the airfield rather than the ground combat of Moscow. So let's roll for that first. We have 2 medium bombers intercepting at 1, a fighter intercepting at 3, and a jet fighter intercepting at 5. If both of these hit, my attack is going to go very poorly. So let's just see how that goes. Okay, fortunately I don't have to worry about that. The interception does fail, and none of the aircraft are destroyed. Okay, so now I am going to roll for the damage done to the airfield. I have to also simultaneously deal with inherent AAA on the facility, and that'll be 1 AAA shot per aircraft. And I need to also roll 1d6 for each bomber for damage on the airfield. Okay. 4 damage and no hits taken against the bombers by the AAA. Should not have deleted those. I only need 1 for the next combat, though. Okay, so 4 damage. Yeah, okay. And moving on to Leningrad. Before I can do the strategic bombing, there is an interception round of combat. There's no reason to participate in the ground combat, there's none being declared. So a fighter attacking at, or intercepting at 3 versus a bomber intercepting at 1. The fighter does hit, and so does the bomber. So both of those units are dead. Oh well. It is what it is. Really wanted that bomber for next turns. I can absorb the losses. Okay, the airfield is still remaining, so Leningrad isn't quite yet surrounded. Well, I'm not even capturing the other territories, but just for the future. Okay, so let's do Western Russia, or Northern Belarusia first. So I have 1 infantry and 1 artillery, 1 SS, 1 heavy tank, and 2 Tigers against 1 militia. I will roll the artillery first as a first strike. It misses. Okay, so the infantry, SS, heavy tank, and 2 Tigers. Versus a militia. Round 1, the militia does die and gets no hits. Okay, so Northern Belarusia is captured. And the units are able to blitz into Western Russia. Western Russia has 3 advanced mech, 3 SS, 1 airborne, 1 heavy tank, 2 Tigers, 2 fighters, a tactical bomber against 2 Marines, 7 infantry, and 5 militia. And there are no terrain penalties. Oop. Versus airborne, 3 SS, 3 advanced mech, 2 fighters, a tactical bomber, a heavy tank, and 2 Tigers. Yeah, it should be everything. Alright, so round 1. The defenders got 2, 3, 4 hits, which will be enough to take out my airborne and advanced mech. And I got 1 target select hit. Yeah, just 1 target select hit, which is going to go on the Marine, one of the Marines. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 non-target select, which will take out all but 1 of the militia. Round 2. That was unfortunate. 5 hits for the defenders. That is very bad. Okay, for the attackers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And for the attackers, I'll take the rest of the SS. One of the fighters, and the heavy tank. For my 5 hits. Pressing for round 3. Enough to clear the board. Holy hell. The Soviets took their toll. They got 3 of the hits needed to clear my board too. Okay, so 1 unit survives on the German side, and it's gonna be the fighter. No. The fighter has to be destroyed. It has to be a ground unit that survives, so it's gonna be a Tiger that survives. So I make sure that I capture the territory. Okay. Whew! Just barely captured Western Russia. Wow, that was an incredibly lucky set of rolls for the Russians. That was not likely. Okay, so the only surviving thing is one Tiger and the strategic bomber that didn't participate. Ouch. I deleted a Soviet infantry here on accident. Okay. Okay, Western Russia is captured. One IPC swing for Germans from the Soviets. Okay. Let's do Yaroslavl next. That's got 3 airborne, 1 militia. Hopefully I get a hit round 1, or I'm going to lose a decent amount of my hitting power. Round 1, misses all around, so my airborne attacking at 2, still have a good chance of winning. Hit, and the defender misses, so Yaroslavl's captured. That's another IPC. Nah, Yaroslavl's worth nothing. Okay, next we'll do Gorky, which has 1 medium tank and 1 airborne attacking versus 1 militia. Alright, round 1. No hits all around. Round 2. Hits for the attackers. So Gorky is captured, and I believe Gorky is worth something. So that's another IPC swing. Alright. Lastly, we have Tula-Lipetsk and Moscow. Tula-Lipetsk has an infantry. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the die because they're gonna be used on Moscow too. Has 3 medium tanks, 1 heavy tank, 10 Tigers, 8 advanced mech, an infantry against a militia. Okay. That's the mountain infantry. There's the mech infantry. Heavy tank. There's the 10 Tigers. And we have 3 medium tanks. I believe that's all. Let me check again. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Alright, let's go for round 1. The defender missed and the attackers hit. Okay. Okay. So, moving into Moscow, I will lose a militia. Or lose the infantry. The mountain infantry that was attacking because he can't blitz. I will gain a cavalry that has a mountain penalty, or a river penalty, so he's a hit 2. I have 3 motor infantry that hit at 1. And 3 AAA, which each get 1 die at 3. As there's only 1 participating aircraft for the Soviet defense. So, we'll do that. Okay, and that is all that gets added between the blitz from Tula-Lipetsk into Moscow. Alright, so for the Soviet defense, the city is surrounded and the airfield is damaged, so the infantry are going to be defending poorly. He has 11 militia, 16 infantry, 2 AAA, 1 motor infantry, 3 TDs, 2 T-34s, and 2 Katyushas, with 1 tactical bomber. Okay. Okay. Tactical bomber. Katyushas. T-34s, and I'll note that if these 2 die, result in a hit of a 1, those are target select. I just don't have the die available here on this particular version of the board. So those are the T-34s, and then 3 tank destroyers. I'll mark the AAA with die that I keep off board. He has 2 of those for bodies, but they don't get to roll because they don't have any aircraft to shoot at. 11 militia. And 16 infantry. Okay. And a motor infantry, which doesn't suffer the penalty for being in a surrounded city. I think that's all. Yeah, that's all. Okay, let's roll for round 1. We'll note these 2 at the bottom right have target select, and these are AAA. Okay, let's roll for round 1. This did not get a target select. We did get a AAA hit. Only one of those 2 hits is going to count, and there's only 1 aircraft to shoot down. So the target select hit. So we got the defender got 1 target select hit, and 1, 2. That's a miss. 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits. Okay. Let me recount that to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and then from the anti-aircraft, that gets destroyed. Let's see. For target select, I have 1, 2 hits. Okay. And then for the rest of my hits, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 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 Plus the AAA hit that I already deleted the die for. Okay. So those 2 target select hits of mine are going to go on the tank destroyers, which should be 4 hit 3s. So those 2 are gone. And the rest of the 7 hits are going to be taken on militia, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. His target select hit will, of course, be taken on one of the tigers. So that tiger is gone. And the other 8 hits will be taken 3 on AAA, 3 on motor infantry, and 1 on cavalry, and 1 on mechanized infantry. Okay. He will naturally keep 2 of his militia alive for his anti-aircraft artillery. Will take hits too, so he's still got 5 militia alive. 6, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's gonna be very costly. I think I can still win. Okay, press. This is also a miss on target select, but a hit. So there is no target select hits for the defenders. Excellent. Okay. Only 1 target select hit for the attackers, though. So that'll go on the last tank destroyer, which missed. Okay. For remaining hits for the defenders, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Okay. And for the attackers, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. 10 hits and 6 of those will go on militia that all missed. And 4 on infantry. And then the hits that the attacker or that the defenders received was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Yeah, I deleted all die that missed up here. So I'll take 5 hits on mechanized infantry. All right, press for round 3. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Press for round 3. Neither of these hit on a 1, so both of these are not target selects, even though they did hit. So we got 3, 4, 5 hits from the defender. Pretty consistent on that. 1 target select, which will go on a T-34. Yeah, okay. So the T-34 is gone, which is my target select at 0. Okay, so on the rest of the hits I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay. 6 infantry dead. Whew, okay. 2 mechanized infantry dead. And the rest taken on medium tanks. Okay. So I have 10 heavy tanks or or Tigers against 6 infantry, 1 T-34, 2 cats, and a motor infantry. Whew, that's 10 versus 10, but my units hit higher. Yeah, press. This is going to be very costly. Four heavy tanks destroyed. That's not a target select. versus one target select, which will kill the remaining T-34. 4 other hits. Yeah. The defenders got 4 regular hits. So that's going to be 1 on the heavy tank and then 3 tigers that I'm taking naturally. Let me find the die for the heavy tank. There he is. He's dead. 3 tigers are dead. And I got the target select hit and 4 non-target select hits. 4 infantry dead. And press. 2 hits for the defenders. Target select goes on a cat. Target select goes on the other cat. Actually, I can't target select cats. They're artillery class, and I can only target select vehicle class. So I'm going to target select the motorized infantry with one of the target selects, and the other target select will just have to fall to a natural hit. Which means I have 2 remaining natural hits, which is the both remaining infantry. And the defenders got 2 hits, right? Oh boy. Pretty sure 2 hits. So I'll take 2 tigers and press. Alright, we cleared the board, and the cat's got a hit. Okay, so 3 tigers remain. Wow. Holy crap. Okay. And that is going to kill the jet fighter and fighter as well. I'm just going to remove the 84th marker. I no longer need it. I did just delete the 84th marker. I didn't mean to do that. That's not good. Yeah, okay. Did I delete the big marker too? Oh well, we don't need it for the rest of the game. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, so that'll be... Alright, that's all of the attacks done. Wow. So there's an additional 4 IPC swing for the Germans from the Soviets. And the Soviets lose their bank, having lost Moscow. They should get to choose a new capital. I'll mark that as a housekeeping item for the next player to move is Spitfire for the Soviets. He can just announce that at the start of the turn. I'm leaving it in A14 for now, the little marker that we're going to use. Alright, so just note that needs to be done. And then let's move into non-combats. Wow, my whole army is wasted now. Wow. Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, non-combats. So let's start with the aircraft. The Strat bomber that attacked Western Russia with the airborne has to land in Latvia or Kursk. It's going to land in Kursk. Eh. Yeah, it's gonna land in Kursk. Yeah, okay. The aircraft from Yaroslavl will do the same. That's including both Strat bombers and the transport plane. Okay. From Moscow, both medium bombers have to land in Kursk. Or they could land in Saratov or Stalingrad, I guess. They're landing in Kursk. I think that's all the aircraft. The rest of my Luftwaffe got wiped out in Western Russia. Okay. More non-combats from southern Belarusia. An infantry is moving into Kursk. And that's from Estonia, both airborne, moving to Latvia. And from Transcaucasia, one infantry is moving to Azerbaijan. From Transjordan, 2 infantry and an artillery are moving to southern Iraq. And the remaining 3 infantry are moving to Syria. Alright, that's all that needs to be done over here. Now in the west. Okay. At least I still have an army here. I'm moving 1 Marine from Western Germany to Denmark. I'm moving 4 infantry via rail to Paris. I'm walking a blue division from Berlin to Western Germany. And then all of my mobile army in Western Germany and in Bavaria are driving into Alsace-Lorraine. So that's 8 mechanized infantry, including 1 from Western Germany and 7 from Bavaria. 4 Tigers and 4 SS Panzers in Alsace-Lorraine. From Bavaria, the fighter and jet fighter are flying to Paris. And from Berlin, the 1 fighter is flying to Western Germany, and 1 jet fighter is flying to Bavaria. The airborne from Eastern Germany is just walking into Western Germany. That, I believe, is all of my non-combat movements. I'm not moving any subs. I have no naval units to speak of. I do have naval units to speak of. I want my Vichy units, 2 battleships and 2 destroyers and A-51 to move to A-54 instead. Bordering Cape Town. Okay. And also for non-combat, my Vichy fighter in northern Algeria is flying to southern France. I believe that's all of the non-combats I have to do. Oh no, no, no! I forgot to do something in my buys. Um, I want to recall the DAC. I intentionally didn't do anything with them. Um, I do recognize I have to deal with the interception of the British submarine in the Mediterranean, but these were supposed to be declared during my production phase, um, and moved over to the production queue to be placed in Germany. Um, also, I bought 8 infantry, not 4. Okay. Uh, yeah, I'm just gonna do that. It makes a very little difference. I definitely intended to do it. I have it written out in my notes. Um, okay. Okay. So let's start placing buys. The 2 militia upgrades to infantry are being placed in Paris, as are 2 of the militia. So we just won't change which militia are here in Paris and just add 2 infantry. Okay. The other German militia are being placed. Let me look at the board here for a moment in Russia to decide. I don't think I need anything anywhere that I can build militia. So I'm going to declare one in Western Germany and the other one in the Netherlands. Yeah, okay. All 8 infantry are being built in Western Germany. Both Tigers are being built in Bavaria. The medium tank for the DAC is being, I guess, produced, shipped, repatriated to Bavaria, and both infantry of the DAC are being put in Western Germany. All the damage on the Parisian factory is cleared, and all 6 coastal artillery is going to go in Picardy. I am also going to build 1 more coastal artillery in Picardy in association with the completion of Festung Europa at the end of my non-combat movement phase. So there are now 9 coastal artillery on the coast of Picardy. Okay. And that's all of my buys. Okay, there's also a free blue division given for control of Madrid in Berlin. And I do need to roll for interception of the DAC units. So each of those is functionally given a hit to. It's a D12, and on a result of 1 to 2, the unit is killed on by the intercepting British submarine in the Mediterranean. So I'm going to roll the hit 2 for this DAC medium tank. It survives, and then for one of the infantry, he's alive, and the other infantry, he's alive. Okay. Okay. So that is the board. Let's do recruit rolls. I have a hit 2 on Vichy France. That's a miss, and a hit of 6 or less on Nationalist Spain. That's a 7, so that's also a miss. So that is the end of the German turn. Passing the board off to Spitfire for his Soviet retaliation. Best of luck.